This is a Headgum original.
What would you do if you want me? I sent a dick pic from my gallery. I used the angle of the dangle right to let my lady see that my rock soft hog's thicker than a celery. I sent the pic to please, certainly did not foresee that she would send my private pecker pic to my family. Now I'm living in a tree. What would you do if you want me? I read a book. I read a book. I read a book. I read a book about a beaver, became a beaver myself. Now I'm living in a beaver dam surrounded by elves. I'm sending fucking beaver claws, sleeping with the fishes, cause I really need some add applause for doing all the dishes, y'all. Better help me out today, I think my girlfriend might be gay. I ate a fucking fish fillet, I always knew there'd come a day. Dismay reigns over me, I took a lot of LSD, so help me please seize these cheese pieces. I'm laying down, I'm praying, yo. Don't know what I'm saying though, and so I think it's time to go. Yo, what up dudes, I love the show. Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Wow. I was planning on doing that head bobbing with the hat really low bit, no matter what the song was.
But
that one
fit.
really, it fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It fit really well.
You were like sort of a boxer / freestyle rapper waiting for his like turn to like hop in.
Yeah. It's like a producer that was happy with the rapper that was spitting verses on my track.
Exactly. But since you're a rapper, like you can't show joy in a like nice normal way. You just have to be sort of like angry but into it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Jay-Z's never like, this is great. Keep it up.
Oh shit. Nice, dude.
Marshall, that was awesome, dude. That was awesome. All right.
Running in to shake his hand. Oh, put her there, Marshall. Oh my
How
God.
did you do the hi, my name is thing? Like, was that natural? Like, holy shit, dude.
I think I have something silly to say. Let's keep it looping.
My name is also what or ho or whatever the fuck. Holy shit.
That was incredible.
That's probably the hardest part about being a rapper is that you can never like laugh or smile very much.
Stifling your joy, for sure.
You have to be hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And it must be hard to be hard.
It's hard to be hard. It's
I'm
hard to be hard.
serious. Yeah. I'd rather be soft, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of being absolutely flaccid, Alex Gergis wrote this.
Nice, Gergis.
He's a web and graphic designer, and he has a website called lxgwiz.com where I sell a course. He sells a course to show people how to do web and graphic design for their business so they don't need to hire schmucks like me. Wow.
Okay. Move
He's
over,
monetizing.
Squarespace. We have a guy.
Yeah, he's sort of monetizing getting rid of his own job, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, smart.
I saw some guy on Twitter recently asked one of those AI chatbots to program a snake game. And the program just sort of spit out code for a snake game.
Right. So it probably like stole a code from somewhere for the snake game, right?
Well, the theory is that it came up with it with artificial intelligence.
But it doesn't. I mean, the only way it has artificial intelligence is by like ripping everything from the internet, which would have like algorithms for that, right?
I don't know. Because then he's like, all right, this is a good start, but make it look like it's on a Nokia phone. And then it like spit out a design for that too.
Interesting.
You're becoming useless. You are
I'm becoming. What do you mean? Like
everything
my job
you
of
do,
programming
you do. Everything
phone
you
games?
do can be instantly and cheaply, borderline freely replaced at the drop of a click.
Fine.
As in, that was easy. Bye.
Yeah. I don't
Who
know
else
if it could
works
host
here? Yeah, that
an
person.
improv podcast.
Gone.
I don't think it knows comedic timing.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think.
Shit.
But like you seem to think that I'm a programmer. So
I'm sorry. I overplayed my hand, I guess. Damn. So it doesn't do like funny shit or timing stuff.
Actually, it did spit out a pretty funny Jake and Amir one time.
Really?
Yeah.
March Madness
But-
mine was half written by a robot.
Yeah. God, that'd be sick.
He
Maybe we
came
could
up
just
with the
ask it for
Gonzaga bit.
concepts. It's so funny watching the. Now I'm watching like, I'm giving notes on those in the office and just laughing throughout these videos. And then like I watch the outtakes and there I am laughing as you do with Gonzaga. It's like, yeah. A month
guess I still
later,
find
it's
it
not
funny.
old. I still love it.
Shout out to the Headgum YouTube channel where you can watch new Jake and Amirs about once a month.
Yes, that's correct. And our old YouTube channel where you can watch them a month after they come out.
That's right. So we're on 2 different YouTube channels if you think about it.
Yeah.
3 if you count a few of the stolen ones like Jake and Amir archives where they like find
Right.
old videos that we deleted.
Yeah. That's my favorite one. It's only the SpawnCon and the old videos that were only on Vimeo. That's the good shit.
Somebody recently posted the one where you and Dan are trying to go by each other and then you guys kiss. Remember that one?
Yeah, and then I believe Dan sings 525,600 minutes
Yeah.
from Rent.
Yeah. And we just put that online.
Ooh, hello. Somebody's at my house.
It's Dan. He's delivering a cease and desist. That was so fast.
believe
There's
it?
no way he could have heard it. Do you have a video doorbell? Could you see who
course
it
I do.
is?
Yes,
And?
I can.
What are we looking at?
Well, let's take a little gander.
Put it on the stream. We're recording this. People can watch it. Let's just see a live peer into who's at the door.
I wouldn't want to.
It's 2
don't
guys
know who-
with president masks on and AR-15s.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who?
Yeah. It's someone dropping off a some fabric for Jill to look at for curtains. So yeah. But they are wearing a clown mask and they do have a knife, but I just know that they're here to drop off a sample.
We're here with the duffel bags filled with fabric.
Yeah.
We have the slub cotton basket weave that you requested. The
Take off
performance
your
living.
mask. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I was wearing that. I think I came from a kid's birthday party and I forgot to take it off. It's a side gig.
And these
you know.
giant shears are actually for cutting the squares of linen perfectly.
No, you guys needed blackout curtains, right? Sorry about
Yeah.
the whole terrifying you thing.
All this duct tape is so I can get a good seal on the window to get a true blackout.
All right, this is If I Were You, the only advice pod on the web, hosted by us. I'm Amir.
I'm Jake. Were we talking about something when my doorbell went off? Weren't we? Oh, that video.
Oh yeah, the fact
Yeah.
that we're on YouTube now,
Right. Full circle. All
full
right.
circle. 18 years later.
Jesus.
What?
I don't think that's true.
Really?
I don't know. I hope it's not.
Okay. These are, as always, real questions from real people. Gonna give them fake names to preserve their anonymity. How about a fake name for this lady who's mad at her husband for being obsessed with something?
Oh, some Peg Bundy, always mad at her husband.
That's right. Peggy writes, my husband is obsessed with his volunteer firefighter training, and it's making me insane. He eats, sleeps, and breathes fire fighting. It's all he talks about,
Nice.
ever. Just now when he was playing with our daughter, he got up and decided to wear his fire jacket. And when I asked why he put it on, he said, why not? He asks me every evening if I want him to teach me how to tie a safety knot, and I always say no. All he can think to talk about is stories from training. I need to spend time with someone who's not a firefighter. At this point, if I'm ever in a burning building, I'll run away from them. Sometimes he practices
Whoa.
knots by lassoing the baby's toys around their necks. Last night, I walked into the dining room, and my husband had a firefighting stuff all over the dining room to air out because it was sweaty. He also hung his cloth part of his helmet thingy to the ceiling fan Please help. How do I communicate that this is his thing, but I don't want him to take over my lifeline?
Yeah. I feel like there are some things in that list that you can take umbrage at, and some things that are just, he's passionate about something, and I think it's nice to be a supportive partner. So, like,
Yeah.
talking about volunteer firefighting during dinner and showing you knots, that seems like it's, you can entertain that. Him lashing toys onto your children, that's something where you could say, with this, the answer is pick your battles. You can't, in good faith, go to him and be like, you need to shut up about volunteer firefighting, because it's a noble thing and it's good to be passionate about.
Yeah, it's
But
kind
you
of
can
annoying because
say-
it's a really good obsession. On a scale of what you can be obsessed over, what you
Yeah.
can have an obsession about, volunteer firefighting is probably in the top 3% of nobility.
Yeah. He could be like really into a firefighting video game, and he could
Yeah.
still have the sweaty clothes and want to practice knots and talk about them all the time. So like you have a good problem. I acknowledge that it's annoying and that it's still a problem, because
Yeah.
sometimes when people are obsessed about something, they don't really have a filter and they can talk about it too much.
Yeah.
So I think you can draw the line. I think you can say you need to keep your firefighting stuff out of the living room and dining room, and you can't hang stuff on the fan. But I will talk to you about it if you want to chat firefighting. And if you get up while you're playing with the daughter and put on a firefighting jacket, that's fine, because
Yeah.
you're just happy to have a jacket. And I like that for you.
And if you're
But,
lassoing a Barbie doll, maybe that's kind of one of the things
Maybe
that you
that's
can
we
say
don't.
no to. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's
mean-
we don't.
Do firefighters have to be like jacked and have perfect vision, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't think I don't think volunteer firefighters do. You have to pass a test. And
It's like a
I think
fitness test, right?
regardless. Yeah. So I don't know if you have to be jacked, but you have to be able to do everything that a firefighter is, required to do. And I don't think you need to have perfect vision, but I think if you don't, you'd have to wear glasses or contacts.
I thought the thing was that like
feel
you
like
can't wear contacts because they can get knocked off, or like you can't wear contacts because the smoke would get in the way. Or am I thinking of being an astronaut?
Let's see.
What jobs do you need perfect vision for?
It was not even an autofill. Monocular vision is likely to be disqualifying. That's just having a single eye, right?
Yeah, that's when you're just you have a cyclops.
You have no depth perception.
Yeah, or a pirate patch over.
Right. Yeah.
You can't even have a parrot, right?
I don't think no, that would be endangering the parrot. So you can't.
And for the peg
can't
leg,
be
like you can't go up a ladder probably, or
Yeah,
down
you
that
can't-
like pole.
You cannot be an old cat, like an old cartoon pirate and a firefighter, because
No,
that's just
there's no
too
way.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's too good.
Yeah, plus the plank would just go up in flames. Like the whole thing wouldn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
But you don't need perfect
Your
vision. Is that
way.
what you're seeing?
It didn't appear. I didn't come up in my really brief search.
Okay. I was just wondering if I could be a volunteer firefighter if I wanted to.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, you have your vision isn't a liability at all anymore. You have the LASIK.
Yeah.
You're not
Plus, I'm
strong, but you're
fairly good at
it-
tennis, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm kind of afraid of fire, though.
Yeah, you don't have bravery, which is one thing that I think it takes. Like,
But I don't think they could test
courage,
for that.
grace under fire. I think they do. I think that's part of the
They test that?
Yeah, they have like a building where they'll do like a controlled burn, and you have to like go in to that. Would you be afraid to go into a burning building?
Yeah.
Like even as a
Or,
test?
I don't know. Maybe.
Right.
I could do something like
'Cause-
that where I'm not like fully lying, but I'd be like, yes, I'm scared. Well, actually, maybe it's fine.
Right. But would you go in? Like, because it's not just like a yes or no test. It's-
Sure. If it's like the same shit as like if you're sitting in emergency on an airplane and they're like, would you be willing to
Oh, right.
assist? And you're like, yeah, if I get an extra 4 inches of legroom, sure, I'd be willing to assist.
Yeah.
But it's like that, but for fire. It's like, yeah, I
Right.
get the fucking hat.
But it's not
and
because
the
it's
jacket.
Yeah. I bet
Yeah.
you get the jacket last. I don't think they just give the jackets out to everybody. You have to pass the test.
Really?
Yeah. This would be a fun true TV reality show that we could pitch, write the pilot for, shoot the pilot for, and ultimately have rejected and wasted 2 years of our life over. Like,
Wow.
me and you do different like occupational tests to see if
that's
we can, because I was trying to be a notary. So like, could
that's
I be a
right.
notary? Could you be a firefighter? That's episode 1. That's the pilot. I become a notary and you become a firefighter.
The pilot
who
should
can
be us
do
being
it?
pilots, quite frankly. And then the second episode will be us with our second episode of, I don't know, schizophrenia or some shit. And then the
That's not a
third.
job.
In a way, yeah. You know, dirty jobs? This is just jobs.
Yeah. There's no, it doesn't, they don't have to be dirty or trying. It's just like, could I do it? You look at any,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? And I think what sells now is also like the average notary makes this, notary is a side hustle. You can make an extra $40,000
Gig
a
economy.
year. Notary.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Gig economy.
What if
So,
it's hosted by Jaleel
volunteer
White? And the name
firefighter,
of the
not
show.
quite.
Yeah, the name of the show is "Can I Do That?" So it's Jaleel as like
That's
the host, and he throws to like sometimes you, sometimes me, sometimes like other people, and they're seeing if we in
Interesting.
fact.
So now
could do
it's not
that.
even our show. Now it's Jaleel's show. It's not even our show. We're doing
Actually-
a cameo in the pilot.
If Jaleel and I are down to get together in a room and flesh it out, develop it, we can look at your reel and see if you have what it takes to be on the show. But honestly,
Borderline
we're looking
came
at
up with
so
it.
Jaleel and I are looking at so many people right now that it's like hard to commit to you.
You
or
haven't
to
even
his
gotten
friends.
in the room with Jaleel. You haven't
I can get in
even
the
reached
Zoom.
out.
I can get.
You
we're
could get in the
trading.
Zoom. Maybe you're not trading. You haven't even gotten his avails.
I
don't think
have
you've
a
reached out.
line to Jaleel's manager. I do have a
Really?
line out to him.
You have a line out to Jaleel's
And
manager.
we're trading.
And did you share a one sheet? Did you share a one sheet?
I don't
'Cause
have.
I don't
to
think you
share
do
one.
have a one sheet.
I have a
Did
log
you share
line.
a log line?
I
You
have
had
a log line.
line?
Yeah. Can I
Let's
do
hear
that?
the log line.
Can I
do
title?
that? That's
Can I
a
do that?
catchphrase. That's not a log line. That's
Legally, it's
log
not a
line.
catchphrase because then we don't own it. But yeah, it's a similar sentence to one that he used to say on a different show. And the description of the episodes are Jaleel White pitches different jobs to his rotating cast and crew, which may include you, but may not, just because we're looking for diverse voices in
Why
this.
am I part of the log line? My rejection is part of the log line.
It's sort of the tentpole / load-bearing pillar of the show.
Yeah.
Is that you
One of
may
the
or may
tenets
not.
is that I may or may not be involved
Exactly.
on the day.
And me and Jaleel,
Even though I came up with it. But you came up with the can I do that aspect.
yeah,
And you're gonna reach out to his manager.
I have
Okay.
a line out to his manager. Do you have
You have a line
IMDb
out.
Pro? I was gonna ask next.
Yes I do.
So why
I
don't
pay
you,
I
why
pay
don't you-
$500 a year for IMDb Pro. Yes.
So why don't you be my assistant and reach out to his manager and see if he has availability, the same availabilities that I do. I'll share my calendar with you.
Fine. Share your calendar with me. I'll reach out. I'll give him a couple of veils and I'll ask for Jaleel's avails and I'll just see schedule wise if he's under contract, what position any of his projects are in.
Yeah.
And then
And we
share
could
the log
package-
line.
Yes,
and
share
we'll
the log
package
line
it.
and see if we could package it with a reality director or a company that has a full suite of experience packaging, developing, selling IP both domestically and as bite-sized
More
chunks
importantly,
internationally. Yes.
Internationally, this will be playing on Virgin Australia. This will be playing on Qantas. Yes. Yes. Lufthansa, you better believe it is on Emirates as well. If you're sitting in first class, you have your own little cabin, you have your own little shower, you have a hot towel, and you hear, "Can I do that?"
That's a
'Cause that's our
proprietary
show.
show. That's our IP. And
It's
so
our
we
IP.
can-
And every time you hear, "Can I do that?" That sounds like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. That's cash register noises in my ear.
Yeah.
Because I've trademarked that IP. I have copyrighted that IP, and I will be litigious about that IP. And if I hear anyone else say, "Can I do that?" I will say, "No, you can't do that because I have copyrighted that."
Because
I
I've already
did
done that. I've been there, and I have done that. And take it down, cease, desist, pay me, on to the next.
Cease and desist before I say peace, and you're deceased. Okay?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really.
And I insist or something.
Right, exactly.
So I guess you can tell him not to hang his clothes in the living room, but ultimately you don't want to poo-poo his passion, yuck his yum, and say, extinguish his fire, really. You don't want to do what he's trying to do.
Right.
No.
I think so. So. But you can draw the line somewhere so it can be a little less in your face.
Bingo.
And on your fan.
Bingo bongo. All right, let's take a break. Thanks some sponsors. Come back and answer more questions.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Okay.
Thank you, BetterHelp.
Yeah, thank you.
Life doesn't really come with a training guide, a manual. You don't really know how to deal with difficult, stressful situations because nobody really teaches you how to do that.
That's true.
That's what therapy is great for. It's all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding because sometimes we don't even realize what we want and why we react the way we do until we talk through things with a professional licensed therapist.
Mm-hmm.
I've benefited with therapy, and I'm sure you will too. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, BetterHelp is the best way to give it a shot.
Yes.
Because they already have thousands of professional licensed therapists. You can meet with them online, so it's completely convenient and suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and yeah, you can always switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Perfect.
Much easier than finding one around you, driving there, waiting room, face-to-face contact. You could do it entirely online. So, discover your potential with BetterHelp.
All right.
Just go to betterhelp.com/ifIwereYou today to get 10% off your first month.
Huge.
Yeah, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ifIwereYou. You get 10% off your first month, plus all the added benefits of therapy, which is like generally being a better person and a healthier person, investing in your mental health. It's all good.
Exactly.
It is entirely all good. Yep. So once again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ifIwereYou.
Rad.
Thanks, BetterHelp. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't know what it's like to sleep well until you sleep on them new sheets.
That's true.
And if you're like me, you've probably wait, and it's not necessarily a high priority because you got other shit to do in your life, and who wants to go and try out different sheets? It's just too much.
Yeah.
So consider this a wake-up call for you. Just go to, you don't have to do all this research. We found the best brand, and it's trymiracle.com/ifIwereYou. And check out what they have. They have self-cooling properties for a better quality sleep. Their sheets are self-cleaning. They're luxurious, comfortable, high quality, and yes, better for your skin.
Exactly.
So there, the hard part's done. We've done the research. We've given you the best sheets possible. And they're so confident in their product that it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not 100% satisfied, you'll get a free refund. Not only that, but if you go to trymiracle.com/ifIwereYou and use the code ifIwereYou to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Again, that's trymiracle.com/ifIwereYou to treat yourself to a better night's sleep on some awesome sheets.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Miracle Made. Again.
Thank you.
And we're back. Jake, do you have any?
On to let's do the fight. Mom, I'm coming.
Yeah. And it's to stay subscribed to this feed.
Okay.
That this podcast is on. Okay. Don't unsubscribe from If I Were You, even though, do you want to tell them?
Basically, the next 4 episodes, not including this one, the next 4 will be our last.
Right.
This
That's
one,
correct.
5th to last, 4th to last, 3rd to last, 2nd to last, and then last episode at the end of April.
Right.
And If I Were You's over.
Let's go ahead and say penultimate instead of second to last.
Okay.
So penultimate episode.
Yes.
Do you want to, do that again?
So 5th, 4th, penultimate,
Really?
penultimate,
Yeah.
ultimate.
Yeah, then
ending.
the ultimate.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah.
So 4 more episodes after this one. And If I Were You, as we know it, gone. But, we're not going to delete old episodes. Anybody can listen to those to their heart's content.
Right. They'll be here. They'll be here for you. But new episodes will not be.
Yeah. 2 big things coming together. One, it's our 10-year, basically, that was exactly 10 years, which is May of 2013 to the end of April of 2023. So that felt like a right, just timing-wise.
Yeah. Right.
And it was also kind of a coincidence because it also lines up with your paternity leave.
Yeah. That's just about when Jill's going to have the baby. So I'm going to need to take some time off anyway. And
Right. So those 2 things came together and we said, why don't we call it there for,
Right.
if that's a wrap. That's a
quit
part,
while we're
that's
ahead, not so much.
That's a picture
quit,
wrap. Yeah.
Yeah. Quit 5 years after we should have, essentially.
Yes, exactly. Just like the Jake and Amir thing. It's like you peak,
Right.
then you ride the crest down all the way to what can
Mm-hmm.
only be referred to as a crash landing.
Right. Rock bottom. Jumping
Exactly.
the shark, as they say.
Actually, there's a lot of
so yeah.
similarities between Jake and Amir and If I Were You. It's like the 10-year thing, starting early, increasing in popularity, and then finishing after 10 or so years. And then we started If I Were You, did that for 10 or so years, calling it
Yeah.
there.
We basically
It
do
fe- it
everything
feels
for
right.
10 years.
Yeah.
Was Jake and
10
Amir
years
about
is a
10
lot.
years?
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
not
so. It
quite
was
10 years.
2007 to like 2016 or something like that. Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Right. Ish. So yeah, we're decade. We do things for a decade. So we have to figure out what the next thing we're going to do for a decade is.
That's the bigger issue.
and that's what we
don't-
said
we
to-
never
yeah.
had we didn't, like when Jake and Amir started, we had the podcast. When the podcast is ending,
Right.
we don't know what that third thing is.
We always step across ships onto the next thing.
Lifeboats.
But yeah, this time we actually have no idea. So we're just going to end this show and see what's next when it comes to us.
Yeah.
And it could be a podcast. It could be something else. It could be, I guess it could be anything. Do you have any ideas?
I'm hoping your infant daughter on the day would have some insight.
Yeah. Her first words really early, the day she's born, will be career advice for us.
You guys should do some sponsored branding company. So you guys
Yeah.
are like marketing executives.
A cash grab. My daughter starts smoking a cigar. Her dream is
Have
for
you
me
ever
to be a marketing
considered-
exec.
Remember when we tried that like 9 years ago? We're like, why don't we just start an advertising company? Like, we
Yeah.
can come up with like we did so much branded sponsored content. You're like, this is all awful. We should just do our own and write
Yeah.
stuff for other people and occasionally start it ourselves. I think that was a good idea. Why did we sort of give up / never succeed at that?
I remember it well. We got pretty far, and I was very excited about it. We were basically going to just start you and I were going to start a production company. We were going to make our own videos and then also have like a sales guy that was selling sponsored content. And we were partnering with, this was pre-Marty. So we were partnering with the head of sales at College Humor, like one of the previous head of sales.
Yeah.
And
I guess Headgum was like a light version of that when we started it. We're like,
Yeah,
okay, instead
but-
of just ads, let's do podcasting.
right, but this was like 2 or 3 years before Headgum.
Yeah.
Where we were like thinking about doing it. And I think what ended up happening was our lawyer and manager were very protective of everything we did, and they didn't want us to like split anything with a new partner. So they kind of just gummed it up. And we're
it
trying to
up.
convince us, and trying to convince us to do TV stuff,
Yeah.
which worked out perfect.
I mean, we have to figure out, like, one, is it like going to just be a hard pivot, like we build a house, like we talked about, Is it going to be
Yeah.
like just another podcast, which is fine, but maybe a
Right.
breath of fresh air?
Yeah, that's the question. And we're having the brainstorm live right now. We were also pulling back the curtain super far. Didn't even know if we were going to announce it. We didn't.
Oh, this,
we-
yeah.
That it's going to end. You
Like,
were
should
pitching.
should we just end
Yeah.
it one episode? Like, basically have this conversation and be like, yeah, so anyway, the podcast is over.
Right, which would have been really funny, but I think a little too jarring. Now we have 3 episodes, or 2 episodes, then the penultimate, then the ultimate, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want people to expect a grand finale where it's like now every guest we've ever had comes on and we have this song
Right.
and dance and like this big finale, which we don't really have planned either.
Yeah. Everyone should know that we have nothing planned, including what we're doing next. I mean, it does feel like Jake and Amir's video, If I Were You, is audio. I like the idea of changing the medium or the format or something.
Right.
But
Still, I mean, we should say we're still making videos. Like the Jake and Amir videos are continuing on Headgum.
yeah, and so are the Patreon episodes, which is 15 to 20 minutes video every single week.
Yeah. So this isn't
So-
because of a nefarious falling out or a complete stoppage in output, but rather like the timing of the 10 years thing plus a paternity leave plus the idea that perhaps this podcast, we've done it all. We've been
Yeah.
single at the beginning. Now you're having a child at the end. It felt like a good resolution to this full life story.
Yeah. The podcast has run its course. It's been beautiful. What a ride.
Yeah.
But also I feel like podcasts are just always such a grind. It's just every single week. So it'll be kind of refreshing, even though, as we said, we're still making weekly content. But to not make this show every single week, something that we've done for a decade, will maybe free up our brain to have the brainstorm that we're trying and failing at right now.
Well, we've done like either a video or a podcast every week since, I don't know, 15, 16 years at this point.
Yeah.
So that's
Which is pretty...
that'll be a jarring stop for someone that's experienced all of it.
Right. Yeah, just not... Well, that person could subscribe to the Patreon, which will keep on going.
And that person
our
probably
streak-
already has.
Yeah, our streak is going to stay alive because of that, which is good.
Because we need to stay alive.
Yeah, it's our livelihood. You can't just fully quit your job.
But recharging your batteries is a good idea too.
Yeah, I think that we need it in we need a boost, a surge of creativity. I need to feel reinvigorated. I want to feel the passion that I felt for something when we started the show.
Yeah. What about live? Something live, like we come up with like a special, like the equivalent of like a stand-up special, but we don't do stand-up.
Yeah, I would love that. That's the kind of thing that we've never been able to do because you have that weekly thing that we have to put out. So like, when are we ever gonna, spend? I feel like every single time that we hang out, we're like, oh, we could spend time writing or developing this thing, or we can bang out 8 podcasts like we have to.
Yeah.
So that's been the trade-off. But now we have no excuse. Now we'll
Literally
see if we
zero.
actually, now we'll see if we can actually do it. All the distractions are put away.
Well, you'll have to sort of keep an infant alive for 3 to 6 months. But I really
that's
have
true.
no excuses.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the live thing. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. That's like
it
kind of what
changes the
Conan
medium
did.
again.
Like he finished his TV show and then he did like that tour.
Yeah.
So to see us, maybe we're thinking about this all wrong. Maybe we should just go completely fucking dark. You can only see us live. So like
That's kinda
you've had
sick.
access to us, but that's kind of dangerous too, because then everybody might forget about us. Like,
Right.
yeah.
We still do a weekly show in Boise.
Yeah.
Everyone can come out here.
Yeah. We should do like public television, public access TV or something.
That's kind of cool too.
Broadway musical.
Yeah. That's my shit.
We do a full-on
The
American
stage.
Idiot style jukebox musical for an album we haven't even written yet.
A Fade on Shuffle album.
We write an album, then the musical is just that album.
Right. So we write the album. We have chatbot string together, the interludes between songs.
Which
We
is
make a
easy,
teleplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's our Mamma Mia?
I don't hate a musical for us because we like music.
Yeah.
We're not. Do you remember you came up with a Pixar movie at one point? Garage the movie or House the movie?
Yeah, I wonder
So,
if
yeah.
that's Garage the musical. Is there anything there?
Is there a there? At the very least, I think we should write a musical. That's where I'm putting my bet.
Okay, musical is good. I could definitely write lyrics. The hard part is the songs, like the actual music for me. I don't know how to do that part,
Yeah.
which is like kind of crazy because I feel like you look at me and I'm like a savant. Like,
Right.
I'm sure he knows how to like come up with something like Book of Mormon meets Hamilton. That's just as funny as fucking, I don't know, Seinfeld. But for whatever reason, there's like not that musical ability anymore.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I lost that.
Did you say anymore? Like you used to be a musician?
Yeah, sort of like
You said anymore. Like
I
you
used to be like this virtuoso Bo Burnham meets Dimitri Martin guy. And the guy
I was a prodigy. I was a Beethoven.
I was Doogie Howser meets Sam Hauser, who's a small forward for the Celtics. Like literally Swiss Army knife. I could
That's
do it
what
all.
you're a savant at, by the way.
Just
That's
coming
what you're
up
a
with
savant
puns.
at. Just
yeah.
no naming basketball players.
That could be it. That's the fucking show.
That's our new show. That's our
It's
new
a
show.
live
We just say different
podcast.
basketball. It's buckets. It's just buckets. It's buckets,
Which-
but I'm a host now.
It's buckets, but a lot of more people are listening for some reason.
Yeah.
But
that's
our fans
perfect.
love basketball now. Anyway, let us know.
Well,
I'm sure
yeah,
you
let us know what
you
you-
guys are listening.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do?
What do you want to see next?
If you're still listening now, like it's been 10 years, like you're the super fans. You guys are the lifeblood. You tell us what you'd want
This
to
is
listen
true.
to next. All those guys that stopped listening 3, 4, 12, 18 years ago, they're casuals. We don't fucking care / respect their opinion. They're a zero to us. They're nothing burgers. And we want something fries. And that's what you are. Thank you. I would say it should be a metaverse thing, but that entire thing is crumbling too. We can't attach our thing to a fad. It has to be more mainstay, have more a mainstay appeal than that.
See, this is why I like the theater. I want it to be tactile. I want it to be visceral. I want to have more of an experience. I definitely don't want to sit on Zoom anymore. No offense.
You want to like basically completely zag from the pandemic where it's like now we're all getting together, performing, breathing
right.
the same air for the first time in years.
Yeah, for me, my idea is that you move back to New York City. We write a musical and we live on Broadway. What do you think
That's
about
really
that?
cool.
Yeah,
Honestly, if we can write our own Book of Mormon where we're sort of the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern side characters, not even the main stars, because we can't that's too much talent and effort. We're not singers and dancers, but
we'd have to be. Oh, you know what? We would be like the narrators. Like,
oh, that's good. Or the King George, like he comes out and then leaves, and then the rest of the
yes, exactly,
in Hamilton.
exactly. Right. So it's a pop punk musical where you and I are playing our old selves, our current selves, retelling the story of something that happened to us in high school. So then there's young, talented, like young 20s somethings kids playing high school us.
Okay. So we're like uncles, regaling our nibblings, which is nephews and nieces, a story about what life was like in the late 90s. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Life in the late 90s wasn't exactly what you guys think it was. Kind of like we're talking about the 40s.
Right. Or, we could be getting a drink for the first time after a really bad falling out in high school. And it's all told through flashbacks of song and dance.
That's
so we
good,
never have to do anything, but we are the central characters.
You're right, exactly. But a younger version of us.
Right, exactly. And then every once in a while it's old us sitting at a bar.
which we can just talk. That's fine. That's easy.
Easy. Yeah, exactly. I could do that 8 times a week for a year.
Yeah. Well, what about your child? Will they? That's fine.
Yeah,
It's just
they'd
8 times a
they'd be
week.
fine because it's only 8 times a week, but like from 4:30 to 8. So
Yeah. That's sort of like,
ultimately, the timing is actually not that bad.
yeah, because you'll put them down around 6 or 7 every night, but you won't be there for that.
I won't watch them grow.
I'll miss their first steps because you didn't want the understudy to carry the weight on a Tuesday matinee one time.
Right. Yeah, I guess, well, it's probably ambitious to say that we'll get right to Broadway. We should just do a really limited run and maybe tour it around the country.
Oh, that's cool. A black box theater, sort of
Yeah.
indie style. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Off Broadway.
Right.
All right. I feel like we're 8% of the way there. Now we just have to write
All right,
every
sweet.
single song and come up with a story.
Shouldn't be that hard. Should be pretty, I mean, yeah, they'll come to us.
Or there's something completely separate that we should be doing. So let us know if you have an idea.
Yeah, let us
please,
know.
Please do. All right. But the show isn't over yet. We still have a few more question and answers today and then 4 more episodes after that.
Love it.
Okay, let's take a break, come back and answer some more cues after these messages. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Hell yeah.
Gosh, I feel like they've been with us from the start.
From day one.
It's a great product too because they basically show that 2 fools like me and Jake can build, design, code, and create a professional looking website in nearly
Damn right.
no time at all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's an all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online so you can start out with a beautiful website, engage your audience, and yes, sell anything. Jake, you sell stuff online using a Squarespace website.
I make money hand over fist selling shit on Squarespace.
Correct. You can have, they have member areas even. They have online portfolios, email campaigns. It's not just a website. It's an entire brand you can create online. You can even buy a domain name through Squarespace.
Indeed, you can. If you're trying to sell ice cream or specifically frozen yogurt, you can buy froyoyoyoyo.com. Froyoyoyoyo. Froyoyoyoyo.
I mean, that's bad, but it's not curly bad.
It's curly bad what you have.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I feel like I've been hearing
Yeah.
people say that, but now you can buy
Curly
the domain
bad.
name. Yeah, it's curlybad.com. It's like a cool way of saying really bad. Damn, that's
Liar.
curly bad.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, curlybad.com or froyoyoyoyo.com or maybe somebody's name.com. You want to create your own online store, do whatever you want. You can just go to squarespace.com/ifiwereyou for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IFIWEREYOU to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Boom.
That's right. Squarespace.com/ifiwereyou for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use that offer code IFIWEREYOU to save 10% off that first purchase.
Hell yeah.
Make it look good for crying out loud with Squarespace.
Yep.
And we're back.
Yes.
Should we just call it here? Like just phone it in? Now that I think about it.
Yeah, let's do the senior slide, but for the podcast.
That's cool.
Rest on our
Senioritis.
laurels, as it were.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's another good reason we're stopping the show. I feel like we've answered every possible question known to man, but I guess there are a few left over that we haven't addressed yet.
I think we answered them many times over, frankly. But
I found a unique one.
whoa,
We'll
Rare.
call this lady. Who's a lady from Sesame Street? Is there a lady Big Bird? Is Big Bird a woman?
I truly do not know.
A female
Sure.
Sesame Street character.
Are all
Female?
of the puppets dudes? I'm trying to remember because
serious.
I know I've seen Cookie Monster's cock on Sesame Street. He had a dick slip one time. Oh, Miss
guess-
Piggy. That's
Yeah,
clearly a
I didn't-
woman.
I thought she was more of a Muppet than a Sesame, but all right, I'll allow it.
Isn't Sesame Street Muppet? Is Big Bird not a Muppet?
Yeah, is it all? No, I don't. Oh my god, now I'm getting confused. Is it all
Big
Jim
Bird isn't
Henson?
a puppet. It's all Jim Henson. Yeah.
Okay, so
There's
I
Muppets
guess,
and then there's Muppet Babies. Yeah, because the Muppet Gonzo is a Muppet.
but
And
is he on
Gonzo's-
Sesame
wait,
Street?
Fucking no. This is
Can
the
you
new
tell
show.
me how to get? Just tell me how to get to Muppet Baby Street. Whatever we're going with, this lady's name is Miss Piggy for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like Big Bird is not a big bird gender. She's absolutely male. Wow, Big Bird is 8'2", bright, tall, yellow, anthropomorphic male bird.
Whoa.
I don't know what to think. Okay, so Miss
It's
Piggy.
a big bird. All right.
Today, I finally found myself in a predicament that I hope you can help me with. I live next to an apartment complex, and for the past week, someone has been throwing their garbage over my fence. It's a multi-building apartment complex that surrounds the backside and right of my house. The apartment's dumpster is near the back corner of my backyard, and so sometimes if somebody is overzealous in throwing it, it could land in my yard. But this person looks like they live in one of the apartment buildings to the right side because most of the time the trash is thrown out there. I suppose it's too far a walk and this is close enough for him. The worst part is the trash bags aren't tied and whatever food the guy ate is all strewn about on my grass. It's disgusting. Anyway, I called the apartment management and they said they'll put a notice out, but they don't think it'll help. Whenever I pick up the trash, I sift through it to see if there is a name or any clue about who this person is. But alas, I haven't found anything. I finally put up a motion detection camera to catch the person in the act. But just now, I heard something hit my bedroom window, and I look outside, and it's a box of Capri Sun and a family bag of Doritos. I checked the camera, and it didn't take any motion. He's like a ninja or something. I'm upset, and I don't know what else to do. Please help. Love, Miss Piggy.
Wow.
See, this is a new one. This is unique.
Yeah. The building really should step up. I mean, I guess she has no idea who it is. If she knew who it was, then the building could actually do something.
That's right. But they don't know.
Wow.
Garbage in your backyard. Can't you just lay in the backyard until someone throws garbage on you and then you go, hey, I'm sleeping here. See if it like scares the person.
That's true. So far, I think that's the best answer because, yeah.
Or you can
really
Ferris Bueller style rig something that just says, hey, I'm sleeping here every like 8 minutes and hope that he throws his trash out in that time frame.
I mean, I think there's also a camera that you can pay for that will do a continuous record, rather than only get triggered by the motion because, I think that's like too fast. It won't like necessarily start recording. So that's what you'd have to do. You'd have to like invest in an actual security camera.
Even if it's a dummy camera, sometimes people are afraid. You can fashion like a fucking broken ring camera that faces the backyard. And
Just get a sign that says "Smile, you're on camera." Like if you have a sign that says that, people will be like, it'll make them think twice. You are being recorded.
Yeah, it's like the
Trash
beware
man.
of mean dog thing. There's probably not often a mean dog on the other side.
Yeah, right. Just a sign. That's enough deterrent. But why risk it?
Yes, exactly. Or you can occasionally, paintball style shoot someone that's walking by so that corner becomes kind of like dangerous and scary. No one will want to throw garbage over at the insane woman that lives in that house.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That seems pretty fucked up.
Because it's illegal?
Yeah. I mean, it's morally wrong too. Not just like, bad across the board, I'd say.
Shooting someone is fucked up, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God, we have to end the podcast if that's the advice, right? Yeah. Don't you think?
Or we can get a little more loosey-goosey with like the things we're promoting because like we're kind of piecing out soon enough.
I mean, we might want to come back. We want people, at the very least, we want them to come to our play opening night.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you're at the original off-Broadway theatrical debut of 1998? It was the summer of 99 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be our generation's Grease. That's what this is gonna be.
Yeah, because Grease was written in the 70s about the 50s.
About the 50s, and we're writing in 2023. We're writing a play set in 2003.
Yeah, well, we'd probably want it to be a little earlier than that, right?
2002.
Yeah, but still after
think
9/11, are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it has to be. I don't think it can be a pre 9/11 world. I think most of the punk rock that I know came out in 2003. Well, I guess when did Enema of the State come out? It can be then.
I would think 97. Like it was late 90s, I thought. You would know
Let's
more
see.
than me, but it all felt very pre 9/11. Like there was no issues wrong with the world.
Oh, yeah.
So people were rapping about
1999. Yeah.
like, yeah, my girlfriend gets me Mexican food, and
Right.
that's nice. There were no
Yeah, that is
issues at the time.
okay. Fine, but I think it should be set in 2001, but summer of 2001.
August. The entire thing is leading up to 9/11, and we never address it. The year is 2001. It's August 30th, and then it takes place over
Right.
10 days, and we're out
Yeah, just before school starts.
on Tuesday. Jesus Christ. Listen to yourself.
You started it, dude. I do yeah. No, I guess for some reason I was thinking 2003, but only because it was my senior year. But I could suspend my reality. I think
Right.
2000
Or you could be in
is
10th
nice.
grade.
Yeah, 2000. So let's say 2000.
Okay, that's cool. Y2K, Will Smith.
Right.
Getting
Yeah.
jiggy style, dancing, music
Yeah.
videos, etc. It's all right.
Exactly.
It's fertile ground.
Exactly right. Exactly.
And with-
right. We can't
and
make
with
it
these-
too 90s. We can't make it early 90s Nickelodeon. It's got to be like, it's got to be that like pop punk era. It's
Yeah, late 90s.
It's
early
Mark, Tom, and
2000s.
Travis running around nude in What's My Age Again. That's us.
Correct. And how old were they in that song?
The lyric is "Nobody likes you when you're 23."
Right.
I don't know if that's how old they were.
They must have been a little older than 23.
Who knows?
Okay.
There's no
All
way
right.
to find out.
That's it for now. A lot of information. So you guys digest. Let us know. Hit us back. Email's still open. If you got your own questions, now's your chance. We're disappearing forever.
Right.
Or theme songs. If I were you show at gmail.com.
Yeah, get them in. Get them in. There's only 4 more episodes, folks.
But as always, more Jake and Amir's on the YouTube, Headgum's YouTube, youtube.com/Headgum. More Patreon, weekly videos on patreon.com/JA.
Yeah, Jaws.
So we're gone, but not forgotten. And the
Exactly.
opening theme song, of course, Alex. Remember Alex Gurgis?
How could I forget?
That was a theme song. It looked like an original or something, or maybe he used a famous rap beat and rapped over it.
Right.
And he says, anyway, good day, and thank you for being a chipmunk to the people. So thank you guys, and thanks to Alex, and thanks to everyone out there who's listened to us for 9.9 years. Here's to 0.1 more, baby.
Let's go out with a bang, everybody.
See you guys next week. Ciao for now.
Bye.
What would you do if you want me? I sent a dick pic from my gallery. I used the angle of the dangle right to let my lady see that my rock soft hog's thicker than a celery. I sent a pic to please, certainly did not foresee that she would send my private pecker pic to my family. Now I'm living in a tree. What would you do if you want me? I read a book. I read a book. I read a book. I read a book about a beaver, became a beaver myself. Now I'm living in a beaver dam surrounded by elves. I'm sending fucking beaver claws, sleeping with the fishes' claws. I really need some added applause for doing all the dishes, y'all. Better help me out today, I think my girlfriend might be gay. I ate a fucking fish fillet, I always knew there'd come a day. Dismay reigns over me, I took a lot of LSD, so help me please seize these cheese pieces. I'm laying down, I'm praying, yo. Don't know what I'm saying though, and so I think it's time to go. Yo, what up, dudes? I love the show. Yeah. Yep. Yes.
That was a Headgum original.